welcome back to my channel. I am here with an eye look for you, and I am going to do my face routine in a separate video. So if you see this shirt again, then that's why. If you see this eye again, then that's why. So I'm starting out using the highlighter concealer from the Crayon case in the shade 14, and I'm using that to base my eye. It's got a little bit more of a pink undertone to it, so I think that'll help with the look. Then I'm going to go into the Festival palette by Juvia's Place with the shade Oro. And I'm going to use that to kind of mattify the top of my lid and start to add a little bit of color. Just a hint. Nothing too dramatic. I'm going to follow that up with the shade Morocco from the Nubian 2 palette. And this is going to start the build of my transition area. This is a very red look, so to speak, so the orange is going to be a perfect transition between my brow area and where the shadow starts. Now we start to add the color, and I'm going to be using the shade Izafa from the Festival palette, and what I start with is packing on the color in one designated spot and then blending it out over my lid. And I don't go all the way over, but I do go into the inner corner of my eye, because with this look we are gonna cut the crease. And if you're curious as to how you get a wash of color, this is actually how you do it. You build up the product in one spot and then you buff it out and blend it so that you just have a wash of color. So if you were going for a single shadow look with an inner corner highlight, this is how you achieve it. I'm going to add some depth to the outside corner using the shade Jezebel from the Nubian 2 palette. And this is going to help define the outer area. And like I said, just add depth to it. Gonna go back into the shade Izafa just to give it one final blend before I move on to the cut crease area. Taking the 13 in the concealer and a drop from the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Primer, I'm gonna mix the two together because I want this to be very, very tacky for the shadow that I'm applying after to stick to. And y'all know I am so nervous when it comes to these cut crease looks. I'm actually going to go over my natural crease, and one thing I can give as a tip is when you are building your cut in your cut crease, you want to make sure you are gradually arching upward depending on the look you're going for. For this particular look, I wanted to make sure that my arch went higher than my crease, so I had to make sure to build that upward. And after I've made that line at the top, I just drag down and across the lid, taking it over a little more than halfway. Now I'm going to use my metal powder from Makeup Forever, and it's an old gold shade, and I'm going to take the smaller side of a double-ended brush and I'm going to use that to line the top of my crease area. I love how pigmented the metal powders are from Makeup Forever, and they are just the most vibrant thing I've used. In terms of ranking, I would put it Makeup Forever pigments and then MAC pigments. But I haven't really had a chance to play with any other pigments, so I would love to see how other brands that might not be as big as Makeup Forever and MAC stand up to them. Now I'm just going to take that powder and fill in my lid. And I know you can see at the top of the crease it's not exactly even, but I do go back and fix that. And then I took my concealer because I noticed I didn't leave enough space for my transition shimmer, but I just added a little more, and then took the shade Ya from the Nubian 2 palette, which is like a copper shimmer, and I decided that would be the best transition between the golds and the red tones that I have going on in my eyes. So I kind of go back and forth, adding the copper, then blending it down. To complete the transition, I'm using Izafa again and just tapping that in, and then a little bit of Jezebel just to smooth things out. Now I'm taking my favorite liner pencil and showing off just a little bit by not using a mirror to line my waterline. To me, this look called for intensity and not so much the brightness that I would normally do with my OCC white liner. To create my liner look, I am going to use my Ulta Ultra Fine Liquid Liner, followed by my Nika K Liquid Liner with the brush tip to give me a little bit more definition. I have so much shadow on my eyes that the brush tips, both brush tips, kept drying out, making it a little bit more difficult to navigate. That, or it's time for new ones, which is probably more so the case. Using my Makeup Forever pencil liner, I'm going to fill in the gaps that I have going on and also kind of just mattify this liner look. And if you see me going back and forth, it's because I see gaps that might not be completely visible on camera. To clean up, instead of getting rid of the shadow there, I just use an angle brush with Jezebel on it. Then I'm just going to add some more Jezebel to my bottom lash line. From the Festival palette, I am going to add the shade Abba. And in my inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Uli to brighten things up. For my lashes, I'm using my Aramika lashes. It's a brand I found on Amazon. When I purchased them, the lashes were $7.99. I cannot say how much, but I will leave a link in the description bar below. And I'm just using my Tweezerman tweezers to apply them. And if you saw me squeezing my lashes, I give more detail on that trick in my video right before this one, my Tierra Monet video. And for my bottom lashes, I'm going to use my Lash Domination Mascara. It's a travel size that I have, which is why the brush is so small, but this is not generally how small the brush is. But it's perfect for defining my bottom lash line. And I'm trying to make sure to stay in frame for you guys so you can see, but I had to cut out a good portion of this because it just was not in frame. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. Now hop on over to my face video to see how this look came together. See you in the next one.